Respected viewers, do you know that there are 4 types of people for whom offering the sacrifice of Eid-ul-Adha Qurbani is completely excused? These 4 people, even if they do not perform Qurbani, will not be held sinful in the eyes of Islam. They are completely blameless and exempt from any wrongdoing for not performing the sacrifice in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Dear viewers, our beloved Prophet, the noble leader of both worlds, Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, had a deep connection with the act of Qurbani. In one narration, it is mentioned that the Prophet, peace be upon him, was once present when a man came from afar, shouting, "O son of 2 sacrifices, O son of 2 sacrifices." The Prophet, peace be upon him, replied, "Yes, I am the son of 2 sacrifices. The first sacrifice refers to Sayyiduna Hazrat Ismail, peace be upon him, and the second refers to Hazrat Abdullah, the son of Abdul Muttalib." We all know the famous story of Hazrat Ismail's near sacrifice by his father Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon them, but few people know the story of the second sacrifice, Hazrat Abdullah, the story of Zamzam and Abdul Muttalib's dream. After the death of his uncle Abdul Muttalib became responsible for providing water and food to the pilgrims of the Kaaba. Hazrat Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, narrated that Abdul Muttalib once said, "I was sleeping near the Hijra Aswad Blackstone when a man came to me in a dream and told me, 'Dig up Taiba.' Then he left without any explanation. The next night, the same man came again and said, 'Dig up Bara.' I asked, 'What is Bara?' But again he left without answering. On the 3rd night, the same man came and said, 'Dig up Masnuna.' I again asked for clarification, but he left on. The 4th night, he came once more and said, 'Dig up Zamzam.' This time I asked, 'What is Zamzam?' He replied, 'It is a spring whose water never ends, that quenches the thirst of the countless pilgrims. Taiba, Bar, and Masnuna are all names for Zam.' Abdul Muttalib asked where to find this well, and the man told him, 'Go to the Haram, sacred sanctuary. A crow will come and peck the ground 3 times. That is the place of Zamzam.' The next day, Abdul Muttalib went to the Haram with his son Harith, his only son at the time. They saw a crow arrive and peck the ground 3 times. There were idols on both sides of that spot, the forgotten Zamzam. In the revival after the discovery of Zamzam near the Kaaba, the tribe of Banu Jam had once settled in Mecca. However, over time, they became corrupt. They oppressed the pilgrims and stole the gifts offered to the Kaaba. Eventually, Allah punished them, and the tribes of Banu Bakr bin Abd Manaf and Banu Huzza attacked and defeated them. The leader of Banu Jam, Amr bin Harith, threw the precious treasures of the Kaaba into the Zamzam well and filled it with soil until it disappeared completely. As a result, not only did they lose the blessings of Zamzam and the Kaaba, but so did the future generations. They fled to Yemen, and for nearly 300 years the location of Zamzam was lost from people's memories. The rediscovery and the vow of sacrifice. Then Allah honored the grandfather of the final prophet, peace be upon him, Abdul Muttalib, by guiding him it. But Abdul Muttalib replied, "I cannot share this with you. This is a task that belongs to me alone." The Quraysh then said, "Then we will argue with you over it." Abdul Muttalib responded, "Let someone judge between us." They all agreed to seek judgment from a priestess of the tribe of Banu Sad bin Huzal, who lived in Upper Syria. Sham the journey for judgment and the trial of thirst. Abdul Muttalib, along with a few men from Banu Abdul Manaf and one respected man from each clan of the Quraysh, set off as a caravan. The journey was long through a barren desert between Hijaz and Syria. With no water sources, their water ran out, and they became extremely thirsty. Close to death, the opposing group still had some water left, but when Abdul Muttalib requested some, they refused, saying, "We're in a place where there's No water. If we give you ours, we will also be in danger. Abdul Muttalib's wisdom and great prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who was also the respected chief of the Quraysh, displayed immense generosity. He told those very people, our Allah has provided us with abundant pure water. Come drink your fill and fill your containers too. So everyone drank, plentifully satisfied their needs, and filled their containers. This entire scene was a divine honor granted by Allah to Abdul Muttalib, observing it, who was exceptionally handsome and dearly beloved by all. He was the youngest and most cherished son of Abdul Muttalib, and deeply loved not just by his father. Then sacrifice the camels instead, and your Lord will be pleased, and your son will be saved. They returned to Mecca and drew lots between Abdullah and 10 camels. The lot fell on Abdullah. They increased the camels to 20 and repeated the draw. Again, Abdullah's name came up. They continued increasing the number until it reached 100 camels. Then the lot finally fell on the camels. The Quraysh and others present congratulated Abdul Muttalib. However, Abdul Muttalib said, by Allah, I will not accept this result until the lot falls on the camels 3 times in a row. The process was repeated 3 times, and each time the lot fell on the camels. Abdul Muttalib then exclaimed, Takir, and sacrificed the 100 camels between the hills of Safa and Marwa, as Rudikar reports from Abdullah ibn Abbas. May Allah be pleased with them, that at that, if a person is Sahibis and still chooses not to perform Qurbani, Islam has issued a stern warning for such people. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, whoever has the means and still does not offer the sacrifice, let him not come near our Eid prayer place.